A luxury home in Greenville, North Carolina doesn't sell itself because it's beautiful. It sells because it's marketed like what actually is, a one-of-a-kind of property for a smaller pool of home buyers who are harder to find and also is slower to move.
Now, the gap between a high-end home that goes under contract in weeks and one that sits in the year, and really we love talking about how we can close that gap, and that's exactly what our luxury process is built for. So why are we filming this video? Who is this?
Exactly. Therefore, this video is for you if you are one of the more distinctive, you own a more distinctive homes in Pitt County, North Carolina, like a custom build and estate lot, a place on the water, property that doesn't have 5 identical listings up the street. This is basically for you.
You're an executive looking for a new role. Maybe you're looking to raise your family in a bigger home. Maybe you're ready for just the next chapter, or you're looking to simply build and you bought something that took years for someone to build that got it exactly right, or maybe it's time to just let go. Whatever brought you to this video, we're happy to have you. We're talking about homes that sell that are nothing like yours, and they don't sell the same way a house down the street does. We're talking about how a real estate agent really does matter when it comes to these one-of-a-kind type of homes.
Exactly. Now, the question is why luxury selling is a different job. Selling luxury is not the same job that turn up louder. It's a different job. Basically, there are far fewer qualified home buyers for a home at this level than there are for other, like a median housing price in the market. And the ones that who are out there are not just scrolling the same listing everybody else does. And that's the difference of these jobs.
Now, you're looking for a specific type of property. Your agent has to understand the real areas, the real information about this area. A bespoke home, my husband didn't know the word bespoke, so I'm going to say that because I was fun, because it's custom. Can't be priced the same way as a regular resale home because there's usually not 5 matching comps for this on the street to lean on. And you can't just market it with a big photo dump of all the information and a sign in the yard, because the buyers who are looking for experts are looking for someone who is an expert before they even ask for a showing.
Exactly. And we'll look closely on what is the most expensive homes are in Pitt County, North Carolina, which is Greenville, North Carolina, that recently sold here in Greenville, and we're actually doing to the market themselves. And almost none of the used what basically buyer at this level expect, like basically real video, aerial footage, twilight photography, and dedicated website.
Now, this is make sure that these are just the simple basics, and you have to make sure the sellers are getting this because it's the right opportunity and the right things we're having to do. And you have to be top of market and how your home gets noticed first. So what have we built for ourselves and for our clients who work with us? Because since your house is not the same, it's not going to be the same for everybody, but we do have system booking. Serious buyers can request a showing directly, of course. And also, your listing copy is written to be found in 2 different ways. The way buyers search on Google and the way they're asking questions in AI on answer tools.
Exactly. For photography, basically we use the professionals that never changes.
Yeah.
And behind all of that, we already have a marketing library, a marketing job running every day by day and night. And whether we are on the camera or not, and that's how we're gonna start exposing the market to your luxury home.
Now, basically, we're talking about how the camera rolls on the house itself. We have, of course, paid campaigns that I've been running because we have 20 years of experience running ads. But this is not the same for every listing, because every listing is also going to get the VIP, a luxury listing gets a VIP treatment. Of course, if your home is a certain way, we're going to feature it on our main website, which is here, Living in Greenville. Most of our regular listings go on a different page entirely. And we do that because we're trying to get MLS compliant and get the most views on that home. But for a luxury listing, it will be a little different. We will put it onto this website that you're watching this video on.
Exactly. Therefore, on the top of that, we are also a member of the EXP Luxury, and for the right
listing, you're going to get into all of the magazines. And there are certain luxury steps to this. Basically, the seller will also get an activity report to see what's happening in their listing. If you're going with that, if you're that fancy home with our EXP luxury division, you're going to have 80 international markets and 88,000 agents in 25 markets also looking at this listing itself as well.
Exactly. Beside that, you have the local marketing buyers. The buyers in our local market that is gonna see and is gonna put them in front of them.
And let's talk about the local, because that is exciting. And honestly, just one of those things in the Greenville area, we really have to know Greenville, Winterville, 8, and Grimesland, because none of it works if you don't know your local market. And that's the part that we really have to talk about right now. Because basically, who's buying at this level in Pitt County, North Carolina? Executive, physicians coming in from ECU, professionals relocating, move-up families. These are just a few examples. And we have to market to very specific type of people who can afford this very specific type of home. And you have to know where luxury lives on it, street by street, because Greenville is not just a city on the map.
Exactly. The neighborhood like at Star Hill Farms, the neighborhood like at Chesapeake Wood in Bedford, Brook Valley, Lindale East, and Ironwood, and there are so many others that we didn't list here.
And in Winterville, there may be Irish Creek or Blackwood. Again, the website will have more. Irish Creek, Blackwood, Ridge. In Grimesland, Autumn Lakes, Moss Bend, Inner Banks finally becoming one of the most exclusive areas in the area, and nobody's shouting about it, nobody's talking about it, and we're just kind of mentioning it in this video.
And basically, we tell each town's story the way that its own buyers actually hear it, because it's the same house pitched the same way in 3 different towns, falls flat at least in 2 of them.
Greenville is Eastern North Carolina. It is the capital of Eastern North Carolina. It is the first name people hear when you're thinking you're going to move to there. You're going to hear about Greenville first.
Exactly, and Winterville is basically a suburb that everyone in this housing market already wants, and we don't have to convince a Winterville buyer to want Winterville. It just show them the house, basically.
And Grimesland is rural, private, and exclusives. And if that's what you're looking for, this is something to talk about in the Inner Banks, and it's not something you have to explain away. Now, what are these homes? Let's talk about what these homes actually are that fit into these categories. We did a video on the top 10. Now we're doing the top 5 and 1.
Exactly. Basically, what it does, it actually help you to know what these homes actually are and not just what they're worth. As my wife said, we had the video about top 10% luxury in Pitt County, North Carolina, but now we want to talk at the top 5%. The typical home runs between about 3,572 square feet with at least 4 bedroom and 3 full baths on a lot just under an acre.
Now, in the top 1%, homes are about 4,600 square feet. They have 4 bedrooms still, but it's anymore. 7 out of 10 have these homes are on an acre or more.
Exactly. Therefore, after top 5 and top 1 luxury, we wanted to talk about some of the features actually show up almost every one of these homes, no matter the tier is.
5 or 1.
The number 1 is the fireplace. Number 2 is going to be walk-in closet and a primary suite on the main floor, an office or a study, and a bonus room, and real granite or quartz counter, or sometimes a 3-car garage.
Now, this is at the luxury level, of course, and this is what the baseline price, and these are homes that already have it, will sell a little faster. Now, how to climb from the top 5 to top percent is what becomes the entertainment layer and the outside of the home, because this is really what makes a difference to be the top 1%.
Exactly. For example, a pool goes from about a
pool is in 1 in 4 of the listings.
For the listing of these homes to closer to half of them. A wet bar, a home theater, and a guest or an in-law suite each show in roughly a third of a very top of these luxury homes, and the wine storage starts appearing too at this level.
And these are things that buyers expect in the home. Again, I wouldn't put in a wet bar if you don't have a wet bar, but just understand the expectations in the area. Now, understanding how we position your home as well really does matter, because people in this area are going to put their money behind. It's not necessarily, I'm going to get into who's buying in a minute, but there's money behind it. And so we have to understand the market, how it gets under contract in weeks and not months with who the buyers are.
Exactly, which is why we wanted to talk about who is buying and how they are paying for it. And what is the buyer
We
profile?
looked at we looked at multiple years of MLS data, and we looked at the financing in this. And the top all the way up to the 1%, top 10%, all the way up to the 1%. Cash is hardly there. Cash barely moves, and it's in the 20%. On all categories, even in the 1%. From 10% to 1% is about 20%. That means 3 out of 4 buyers are using mortgages, conventional mortgages, or balloon mortgages, the same way a qualified buyer is going to move them.
Exactly. Therefore, if you're looking at other part of the country, that might be different story, using cash more than the financing. But in our area, as my wife said, 75% of the buyers using the mortgage.
Right, and the VA buyers are another one that's showing up in there in the highest tier. So in 1%, you still see VA loans. So this is where you look and have to understand the market is not necessarily someone showing up with a suitcase full of cash. It's looking for qualified finance buyers at every tier and understanding how to market to get to these people. And that is what we do. We market homes, and I love talking about that.
Exactly. And waiting on a cash buyer who may never come can cost you a real time. At the very top of this market that we were talking about, the homes that sold for cash sat for as long as how far?
It's way longer than the ones that sold for finance buyers.
Exactly.
And you don't have to market your home hoping a cash buyer walks in the door. We market to buyers who want to home a serious purchase. They need the home professionally presented. They need to know that the price is going to match the appraisal. And it has to be marketed in a way that lenders have the same confidence the price is right. And that way they can actually justify that this home is amazing.
Exactly. Every luxury sellers basically we have ever talked to ask some version of the same question, even if they don't say it loud. Will the agent hired actually handle this personally, or will I get hand off to somebody on their team at the moment of the contract, at the moment that the contract signed?
And honestly, we're the Alan Victoria. So there's no real handoff here because we're a married couple. So I mean, if he's got to go pick up the kids, I'm coming, or vice versa. But basically, every inquiry, every conversation, every decision is all of us, or just two of you if it's, I have to be not involved for whatever reason. But vetting the buyer is a conversation to have as well. I would say make sure that we are not in our home so they can actually see the home for a specific reason, because if you are home, even if you're going to stay out of the way and you won't get involved, people are not as open and honest with their conversation and their agent that they might be seeing the house with. The people I show, they still want to have that peace of mind that they can look and not feel a little pressure, and just presence makes people feel pressure. But basically you should be approving the home before it ever happens. Obviously if they're showing up in 5 minutes and you're in the shower, obviously no, but basically understanding the call, text, and email, so we can talk about how long do you need to have that peace of mind.
Exactly.
So you can actually let people in.
And when it comes to basically to the pricing and positioning a home like yours, luxury homes, you are working with the people who bring the real training to that table. Now, that's the whole point.
We're both icon agents. I love marketing. My husband loves analyzing numbers. He can do math in his head. He can actually talk to you about that. Basically, that's who's helping you with this. We can talk about our degrees as well, but basically we want to make sure that you understand you're getting the best representation when we're talking to the other agents out there. And what this means, if you're ready to move on, if you're ready to, for whatever reason, we have a marketing library. We do not have to build from scratch. We love helping people get to their next home. And every offer, every opportunity runs through you and my husband or myself. There's no stranger involved with this as either.
Exactly. And if you simply want your home marketed like the one kind of the property, is mean that we do all of our effort, real video, real reach through our global EXP luxury and a local playbook built a street by a street for exactly kind of home that you own.
So we are so grateful that you stayed to the end of this video. All of our links are in the description below. Please continue watching our other videos, and we can't wait to see you in the next one.
And we are Alan Victoria Pinder, icon real estate agent with EXP Realty. We love to connect with you. Please go grab an appointment in description below to connect with us. And don't forget to look at all of our playlists here. And don't forget to subscribe in our channel. We'll love to connect with you, and see you next time.